One of the questions that came from the audience that I want to bring up, and this might be a good time, is have you come across any great skill assessment tools that accurately assess transferable skills, which we have found is indicative of success regardless of the role? I think transfer to maybe soft skills or adjacent skills, but and if you
Yeah, I
need
think
name
that
drop, go ahead.
yeah, and I'll name a few names, and if I miss anybody out, don't shoot me. But Pearson are doing some really good work in this space. Pearson, the people probably know them of the old days when they sold educational books. They moved on quite a lot from that. They still do that, but they're more of the part of their business is workforce enablement, and within that, they have the Credly tool. If anybody knows, the Credly badging system, which is another way of getting your people on board and get them to update their profile, of course. And then they bought a company called Fathom, which does exactly what you were just saying. It identifies, well, it starts up by, the prediction of which jobs are going to disappear, right? Which one's going to be impacted quicker, and then it gives you the ability to actually find which skills are then transferable. So you've got 100 people doing this. You won't need those people in the future. We better start upskilling them or see what those transferable skills are now. Eightfold do some great work in this space. People like Phenom have got some good stuff going on. The Gloat. There's a number of tools out there.
Okay. So are they looking at profiles and making suggestions, or is that how they work?
Yes. Yeah.
Profiles and resumes. Are there any? So
And they're
Pearson,
also, depending which one, but some of them are like they're predicting what they think of the jobs that are going to disappear and helping with that as well.
sure. I know Pearson from my days working for an education assessment
Right.
company
There you go.
after No Child Left Behind. Again, whole other story. But a lot of
Yeah.
times what they would do is they would actually test to see if you're proficient in this particular skill.
Yeah.
Typically more hard skills, I think, but are you seeing a proliferation of those type of assessments as well?
Yeah, we are. And, I'll give you a couple of examples. One in an RPO client where they were looking for a skill set they're looking for marketing people with experience in their industry, so in the beauty industry. And our people on working on that account were taking that profile and trying to find people and just not having much success. And the candidates were hired, they got interviewed and weren't getting hired. And then we said, let's just rethink this, because if we take a purely skills-based approach, what is the number one skill you need? And they say, without a doubt, it's somebody that's passionate about our industry. We can actually teach them how to market and give them the tools to do that as long as they speak passionately about this. So we said, okay, that totally opens it up. So we look back inside the same database of people, found 8 people, put them forward. The hiring managers are like, no, 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 we're not going to interview them. They're not from our industry, blah, blah, blah. They haven't been in marketing, rather. And then their boss came in and said, no, 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 you're going to interview them. They wanted to offer all 8. And the first one they offered, she was actually a teacher's assistant that had a great, great passion for beauty products.
That's
And
amazing.
that was our people making the mistake. I'm not just knocking the client in that. So we've got to get our people to think differently, right? So that's an example of, and I'll give you an example on the contingent side. Project managers, I mentioned them, and project managers are, very, very sought after. And there's one client, they wanted the project management experience in their industry. And it's like, okay, why do they have to have project management experience in your industry? Surely their skill is managing projects, regardless of what it might help. But really, if you take out must-have experience in our industry, it'll open the net. It opened the net, and the first person they hired within the next day was a wedding planner.
Oh yeah.
Because guess what? They have great project management skills.
And
Now,
stakeholder management comes with that one.
yeah. Now, in that instance, they had to take the job spec and take a couple of things out to make it more fillable. And again, they probably paid 2/3 of the price for that person they would have done if they'd stuck to that criteria. And my personal belief is that person will be so grateful that I was there forever, do such a great job.